Hi guys, and welcome to a brand new Kloofsuits fursuit building tutorial. Today what I'm going to be looking at is planning for your fursuit head. Now, something that I know people struggle with quite a lot when fursuit building in the early days is building something that actually looks like the species they're trying to make. There's always that issue with everything looks like a generic dog or a generic cat, and other similar sort of concepts. So what I wanted to do is talk to you guys about what I do when planning a fursuit head to make it look exactly like the species and or the character that I'm trying to look like. Well, I've got a project coming up which is going to involve me making a feline suit, which I'm going to base off my favourite characteristics of my own cats. So this is Leah and this is Lucy. They are kind of adorable. So what I've done is taken some pictures of both my cats. What you want to get when you're looking for a reference image of the species you're trying to make is a front view, a side view, I've got one of each here, and a sort of 3/4 angle view. If you've got all three of those angles, then you should be set for planning your own fursuit head that will look like the species you're trying to make it look like. So as I've said, it can be any 3 images, just helps to have these 3 views, or it can be any number of images. The more you do, the more you're going to learn about what you're trying to do. You can just grab them off YouTube, that's fine. And what I'm going to be doing is taking sheets of acetate and drawing over my images like so. Now, you don't have to do this with acetate, you can just draw next to the pictures that you're working from, or you can trace over them in a different colour. The only reason I've used acetate is so I can take it off and show you guys what my plans were for that particular piece. So, if I just bring these in here, so these are my 2 of Lucy. Leah was a lot more difficult because she's got so much fluff. What we're going to want to be doing with these pictures is picking out the shapes that are on these animals' faces that would be used to translate to the phone to get the shapes correct for that particular species. Now, cats are unusual, to say the least. I've gone with cats because it's what I'm making at this particular time, but you can go with obviously whichever species you're making. Now, what you need to be looking at is the area underneath the fur, basically, so the skin and the bone and the surface of the animal, excluding all of the fur. So if you can find furless pictures, then great, they will work just fine. But basically that fur adds extra depth, and it will smooth out all the deep recesses and the more sharp contrasting areas of the animal's face. So you can see like this line up here just goes under the fur, and this here, I'm sort of cutting out what I think that thickness of fur will be. So the most important things for me are the eyebrows, the bridge of the nose, obviously the actual muzzle size and shape itself, and the cheekbones. This is because every animal is different, they will all have different size and shapes, so what I'm actually liking to do with these videos is picking out the very specific shapes that these animals have, and you're going to be trying to find a likeness to that so that you can make your phone sculpt in accordance with these shapes. It's just breaking down the shape of the animal into its key components so that you can replicate that when creating your own fursuit head. Now, showing you guys these is going to be a little bit difficult, just purely because I've done it on acetate, so I need to like put backing to it. But what I've done with the white is pick out the key areas that I like about the shapes on these faces. So on this 3/4 angle of Lucy here, this sort of bridge of the nose that slopes down, and the shape of the muzzle around that, so those little cheek bits that cats have, and the harshness of these cheekbones, which are all, they're both high. Cats have got lovely high cheekbones, so what I've done is picked out where they sort of go, I guess, the basic placement and size of these cheekbones. On the side view, the most important thing for me was getting this eyebrow ridge correct. Cats have got weird sort of eyebrow areas. You can see on this front view of Leah, they're quite tall in a way, but they're sort of flat. I'll show you in a minute when I do my sketches, but what you want to be trying to do is get that profile as accurate as you can. And obviously the bridge of the nose and around the front of the muzzle area, like so. All of these are really, really important features that you want to be picking up on so that you can use them in your design. Now that we've established the basic face shapes of the animal that we're trying to look at, you need to do your own sketch, which is based off those shapes that you've identified. So with the cats, you're trying to get this, or personally, for what I'm trying to do anyway, is trying to get the bridge of the nose right, and how it blends into the eyebrows right, how high the cheekbones are, and I've even drawn on some lines here where I feel like there's going to be sharper edges. The shape of the muzzle here, and how far back on the face it goes. How far back the ears go, where they start. And I've even sketched on where I think a lot of this fur is going to go once it's all, you know, come together. But this is the diagram that I will work off mostly when making my own suit heads. I will take all of these key components that I've identified, I will break them down into a sketch of my own doing, where I'll come up with all of these shapes, how far back I think the cheekbone's going to go, how high up it is. This little bit under the eyes, I kind of like adding that on a lot of cats, I don't know why. There's probably going to be a little smiley bit there, just to make it look like the character's smiling. There's definitely going to be a break here, because I'd like the bridge of the nose to stand out more from this side of the face. This is all going to be curved, obviously. That's where this line comes in. So all of these components that we've worked out through the course of, you know, identifying the creature that you're trying to make, you can then put into doing your own sketch. Now within this you can feature not only pictures of the real animal, but reference images of the particular character or persona that you're trying to recreate. This means that you can pick out every identifying feature and make sure that your design looks like what you're trying to make it look like. I can't stress enough how important this stage of the design work is. It's really about breaking everything down to its core values and making sure that those core values show through in your final product. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry it was a little bit sort of broken up. I didn't really have the time to script any of it, so I've just sort of been talking to you about my thoughts and feelings on what I'm doing as I go. But either way, I hope this has been useful to you. I really hope you guys like to take some of what I've said on board when it comes to designing your own suit builds and your own actual designs. And please do let me know how my videos can help you. Thank you very much. Have a nice time, guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye! You can help me make more videos just like this one by supporting Kloofsuits on Patreon.